the more natural skill that Miasma has will make them pull through.
Well, you did point out the clutch.
I did.
And I'm curious in your thoughts on this then, because we saw Garpy's clutch against Not Too Fast.
Yes.
Now my question is, can Miasma play the same level they did to counter his clutch?
I think they would have definitely thought of something. It's almost at the point where it's like, what do you do? But there are definite ways to work around it. You just let them get on with it, and then you protect on the backlines. And they have strong TDM backgrounds. They're extremely organized, and I think they might have studied them to a sufficient degree to say this is what we need to do. Because coming in, I'm not sure how much Myztro led on how they were going to play with the clutch. I know it's quite a recent addition to their game. They've obviously in their big boot camp for the last few weeks together, and it might have been they've kind of created it in secret and unleashed it today. But the last match of the day, they've had all day to study, looking at what they're doing, and they're going to pull out the bag, I reckon.
Do you think the fact that Miasma is focused on sacrifice is going to allow them to adapt quicker into this map? Because we talked about, you have these dual players, you get them together, and they're going to play one way. But maybe the fact that this is a team focused around sacrifice and winning in sacrifice will allow them to have that adaptability that maybe Myztro doesn't have?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, Miasma had come together. They came together late in the day, and they started responding extremely quickly. They picked up result after result in practice, and the only reason I know is I've spoken to the players much faster than other teams that have got together at that new stage. So it shows they have a natural bond amongst them, and again, I think they have players that fit each role quite well compared to some other teams. But at the same time, Myztro are not a one-dimensional team. They have a Slash and an Anarchy, and both of those characters, both of those champions are extremely powerful in their own right. So,
tell me really quickly before we do fully get into this, Juvenile.
Juvenile, yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things about this guy.
Then you heard right.
Yeah, I've seen in scripts, I've heard Too Good saying this guy is insane. He does so well within his team, and I'm really curious to see if he can kind of rise to that occasion.
I think the only kind of disclaimer I put on that is he's extremely good on LAN, online, should I say, but he's not risen to the same heights on LAN yet. Perhaps today is the day he sets us all wrong.
All right, well, let's see. Juvenile, that's the man we're talking about. He's going to be playing the Anarchy. He does get the Obelisk B activated. We have seen, again, Lockbox just earlier on in the match we casted prior, the Lions up against the Defendants, and how important it is to play on that high ground. I actually want to see who's going to be playing support for these teams, and who's going to, see if they can play as well as Bus Driver did.
Yeah, for sure. Now, 4 frags in a row for Myztro. That should be an easy stall still. And look at them powering in together. We do have that clutch pick again, because we didn't get to see the old picks, which is really nice to see, because I quite like watching clutch. That's why I'm quite weird.
Even with the changes to him, no, I agree. I think the shield that he provides is just so unique to Quake champions, and to Sacrifice in particular, and how you can play around it as a team, because in Duel, it's obviously really good, right? But when you play in Sacrifice, it becomes that much better because other people in your team can play around it.
That's what I like about it. In Duel, it's just annoying playing on a personal level. It's extremely powerful, but in that competitive team setting, it gives you, as we said earlier, that focal point to develop a unique strategy. And they're the only team that's doing it. But look where they are, on the verge of Quake.
Very true. Let's see. Miasma able to get the soul back in the Obelisk. Juvenile's going to be pretty much the only man here defending it. I'm not sure where the hell the rest of his teammates are. They are able to get the soul. And Vu actually, that was Vu, that was Garpy, throws the soul directly to him, but is able to throw this one back out. Give that over to, it looks like Hypno playing the soul lag. Throws back to himself on accident a little bit here. He has 5 seconds until his acid spits up, but he's not going to have a chance. DDK coming up big from behind.
Yeah. We see there, with the 4 seconds to go for the power, the limitation of the clutch tactic on this. There really is only one area to throw the soul, and Miasma were just absolutely set up there, ready for that process. They didn't challenge the clutch. They went in where they were going to throw the soul.
So do you think clutch is really that big of a linchpin for them at the moment, that maybe Nyx would be that much better in this map and situation?
I don't know, because we saw them play Nyx earlier and it wasn't anywhere near as effective. As I said, I think this team has a tendency to fall back into old bad habits of just playing TDM rather than playing Sacrifice. And with a clutch, they then have that key moment in the match to build a really great unified attack around. It gets them playing as a team.
Well, yeah, we saw them go in as 4, got a clean team wipe. That's the problem is they couldn't get the soul out, like you mentioned. So we're seeing Miasma so far at 50%. Off to a very strong start here. Then Myztro just really struggling to get any sort of control back. Again, you have Vu on the high ground trying to attack this position. Gets Demon down, and and the kills have come through, so they can take the soul when they do that, but the problem comes to this. Can they get it across the map? Can they get it across the field into their own obelisk?
Then the key to attacking on this map, as you just saw from Vu's pop, is to manage the high ground. You can't necessarily rush on the low ground, it's just too vulnerable.
This
Look
movement,
at that.
that was sick.
I do love to watch that sometimes.
Oh, he gets the soul back. So Myztro's finally able to get some percent going. This is exactly what they need. Already down 56%. Now, you know, being a player in this situation, you know, put your mind in Garpy's head. I know you didn't qualify yesterday for duel in the final round. Now you're running into this. If you go down 1-0 in this series, is your mind going to go back to, I didn't qualify for duel? Are you going to kind of, you know, go down on yourself? Because this is a very emotional team.
Yeah, and no matter how trained you are, I can guarantee it, whenever something bad happens, your mind's going to play tricks on you and be like, what? This cannot be happening again.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's the start of at least a 2-game map, so sure, it's not at that stage.
Well, Hypno picking up quad there, does transfer over to Hell on accident. And now Hell's probably going to lose, as we do see him playing Slash here. There's a couple of 32s, eventually gets a kill, but DDK is going to clean him up. The quad is up for taking.
This is one of the problems with the tactic, is that what do you do as a clutch on the defense? I mean, you don't really want to pop your shield, because if you do and it fails and you lose, then you have to wait to put it back up. So there is a bit of a dilemma of what is your role when you're defending?
I think you put it up perfectly, though. You said the way they use a clutch is to attack, right? And they're set on one game plan, and they are falling back to this game plan. So if you use them to attack, great. But you're pretty much guaranteeing yourself a death, because you're not going to escape that most likely. And the way they do it is they go in, they rush the point, they grab the soul and try to throw it away. They don't really kill people 100% of the time. They don't get the man advantage and try to maintain it. So maybe transition into a defensive role and allow Hypno on the soul line to be a little bit more aggressive. Yeah,
it's more about his positioning than what positions do I take where are not an easy picking, because at the end of the day, as we keep saying, he's just huge.
It's not like we're saying Garpy's bad in any way. It's just we're saying that the way they're using him and Clutch is causing him to look more of a liability than an addition, I guess.
Yeah,
even that's a little too harsh, to be honest.
But even still, it's a very tough role to play, and he took it for the team and accepting it.
Right,
but
again.
Still 77-21. Juvenile with the soul. This is going to look tough if they get this home cleanly.
Demon does pick it up. Vu, though, from the backside with Anarchy able to catch up to him and secure that frag and secure the soul in his hands. They have a lot of percent to make up. Look at him just dancing around his opponents. Hasn't been hit too hard. He's able to get it back onto the obelisk again, showing his mastery.
100 rocket, that's nice. That might have just got them a clean save of the soul.
Yes, for now, Hypno's able to respond. Again, Hypno, kind of like Bus Driver, very consistent player for his team, as we've seen. We're going to see protection.
No one's there.
Yeah, exactly. No one's there. And where's the Nixes? We don't have any. Is this like the first time we're not seeing Nix at all, or am I just blind?
No, I think you are right. I don't think there is a Nix in this game.
Right, so it's not easy to pick up that power up. You can easily be juggled trying to get away from this one. You do have Slash, as you can see there. Able to at least protect.
There we go. But he appears to be alone, which again is... It is 91%, but you have a few seconds with a Sorlag coming in behind you. Like, that risk reward, again, it's just a panic station. 91%, oh my god, I have to do this now.
Yep. The thing is, this is the worst time to have protection spawn too as the power up. Yeah. Because killing Demon there as he had it is almost impossible. They've been able to make some work here, only with one kill. Yeah, still working nonetheless, and that's going to do it.
That secures them this round, which was a spank.
Yeah, it was. You see 27%, but that 27% was basically in the beginning of the round.
Yeah, exactly. And ever since then, Miasma did a great job of disrupting the Clutch's attempts to steal the soul. They didn't really challenge him, and as I kind of mentioned before, they did back off and try to block off the channels in which they were going to throw the soul out. So soul interception strategy, should we say, to be super technical.
Yeah, we're into the second round. We're going to see if maybe Myztro can come back here. It's going to be a little bit difficult too, especially when they're going to start getting down on themselves. Being emotional is very much of a liability. That really gets taken away from right in front of Garpy. Juvenile gets it away, gets the soul distance.
Out right there. Just ran through 4 of them, shield up and all. Didn't have a care in the world.
And that's in the first cap too, if I'm not mistaken there.
Yeah, it is.
Well done.
And that gives Myztro, even though Juvenile stole it, he wasn't set up to cap it.
It was flashy though, at least.
Oh yeah, I liked it. That's the main thing.
And the thing is, like, anytime you can be quote-unquote BM, even though that's technically not BM, but the fact that he did that right in front of Garpy, that's going to get in their heads, right? And again, going back to them being an emotional team, that's going to affect them quite a bit.
Yeah, it could do, but at the end of the day, they're happy now. They've got 20%, maybe up 30% on the board soon. Garpy's got his shield up now, he's defending the point.
So we have, you know, Myztro going with a very different setup, right? We have double tanks. For the most part, we've seen triple DP, or I say triple DPS, but 3 light characters, 3 light champions up against, and the 1 tank as like a norm, if anything. If we transition even beyond that, it's just the 4 light champions.
Yeah, again, it's just a different style. They need that flexibility to play the strategy they're doing it. And it might just be that they have this is what they're comfortable. I know, for example, like Hell obviously very comfortable in strategy. Now it's definitely firmly in the meta. So if you have somebody to play it, then please just let them play it.
Plasma Trail, it can do so much work. It is like, if you pair that with the Sorlock too, like you have so much area denial, but if you pair those 2 abilities on top of each other, you're just going to be melted.
Yeah, and it's something that I don't think definitely been explored to any way than the heights that we're going to see it in the future. 1 second to go to power up, and there's a tank on it. Only 12 health though.
Oh no,
But he can kill himself, give it up. Doesn't matter, he got killed anyway.
I mean, that could be direct. That could be killing himself technically. But even Hypno doesn't have a lot of HP. He's just trying to pick up these health orbs. 70 HP now dropped immediately by Liss. He's been relatively quiet actually. We haven't said his name too much so far.
No, but that's not a bad thing because he's not designed to really get the power up. Shouldn't be really getting the soul, so that probably means he's just doing his job.
Yeah, silently doing his job well.
Exactly.
Still has the quad though for another second or 2 of time. Gets a kill on the guard, looking for a second, but he will fall. Vu and Hypno coming up with kills. This game looking pretty opposite of what we had before. Vu able to escape a little bit of distance, but that's going to be DDK there to respond. The double nail downs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting damage that he can do. Look at this, he's still not being dealt with. 33 HP, and he's still doing work. He's still getting killed.
So much damage. Somebody kill this man.
Oh, hell.
And now
I think it heard you.
We are stabilizing somewhat. And we have Vu with some reasonable level of health to get away.
Oh, Myztro though, they're the ones stabilizing, aren't they? 40%, they have the soul. Vu is trying to get this distance, but he's forced to go 1v1 against Juvenile. Gets the kill, 11 health. Maybe looking to throw the soul away.
He's asking for help.
Yeah, he's got a teammate there. He's got that slash.
L just blocking off so he can retreat a little bit. Nice play. Yeah, I definitely think the use of abilities at the moment is just intuition and general skill. That, as you said, the area denial factors and things like that is strategies that I'm definitely looking forward to seeing in Quake that will be developed.
Oh yeah.
Quake players, it's not natural in our blood to think about that at the moment, but with extra time and planning, that will be the case.
Especially for Miasma, so this is the mode that you want to focus on, and having people who can commit a little bit more to it.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Topple using that plasma trail to great effect. Nice rockets and not the anarchy off with the protection. DDK stepping in to pick it up.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got dual wheeled up. Very deadly, just looking for some targets to kill. He wants the blood, and it looks like he will suicide over to Demon.
Yeah, Demon had a better stack, more weapon choice. Generally, the guy on their team that does more damage, but I'm not a fan of this.
I would be insanely scared of a BJ dual wielding with protection.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can't kill him, and he can wipe your entire team before you have a chance.
Yeah, not bad when you say it like that, is it?
Oh, dropped the soul on accident, a little bit low, misses the throw across.
Basketball going on, you should be familiar with that. Yeah.
Cricket.
I like cricket.
I actually learned quite a bit about cricket when I was here.
Nerd.
Sounds pretty fun. Learning things makes me a nerd. Oh, well, Juvenile, though, he is able to get the rail. I haven't seen actually much rail. Actually, thinking back to the Alliance vs. Defendants game, we saw rail everywhere, but this has been mostly about these shotguns, these rocket launchers, a little LG in there.
It's mainly the map. I mean, rail is difficult to use effectively in Sacrifice anyway because of the pace it goes up. You miss one, you're generally dead. But even more so on this map, where it's just tight corridors, it's not particularly effective.
Oh, Juvenile is not able to escape. 92% now.
92, yeah. I mean, back at the base.
He's got this, yeah. He's got the cap at least. He gets the kill on a DDK, most importantly, but he needs some backup. He only has 55 HP, but he has the cream. He gets Juvenile. He can't get the third, but those 2 big kills coming through. Demon, though, able to take away that potential chance to close out their first round.
Fully
he has the
tanked,
HP.
99%. Wow. Couldn't be closer.
It really couldn't. We can see already, though, the side of Myztro. able to go for the defense. I like the use of the rocket jump, but the rocket jump's not going to work out for him. He just took too much damage getting up there. And the Soul.
But the Soul's...
He's looking for a friend. Looking for a buddy.
Here comes Slash.
So probably one of the people I didn't expect to get it, especially with 30 HP. Has been able to secure it.
You were gliding around the map. Great.
He's been able to get the cap. It immediately gets capitalized on. I think, why didn't he just wait? Why didn't he wait for his team to group up and then go together? Because all he needed was that last cap to finish it off.
Again, slight difference in the level of discipline from Helen Creaser earlier, but also he was spotted, so he probably thought he was going to chase, just needed to get back.
Oh, they do get the Soul Miasma here. Great shot out of Liz. Again, being relatively quiet.
And they've got a battle suit, which means they probably can keep this relatively safe now for at least, like, oh, it's just finished actually.
You see the 4 people waiting.
And the shield, this is exactly what they want, but an early kill, that could be costly. 2 kills, this attack failed now.
Oh, they're still actually fighting this one back here. Juvenile's able to kill the Garpy, but it's still a 1-on-2 and some assisting from the high ground. I did like the way that actually Miasma set up, because they had people on the high position to drop down and attack from behind the shield. Shield's really good in 180 degrees in front of you. It can't protect your back. Exactly.
So when you're coming through that low corridor, this is the problem. Even with a shield, they're just nailing you from behind.
Just needs to increase the sensitivity to like 100 and just spin as he walks in.
I would love to see that.
So you can protect every angle at once. That'd be insane.
I think go though. Just a lot of new tactics.
Who did have the Soul. DDK is able to pick this one up with the BJ. Probably gonna throw it over to his friend Juvenile.
Or help on the Anarchy.
He's not gonna get. There's no way. There's no way. Someone hit this man.
Deep doubling back. He sees a Mega.
I like this though. Again, he doesn't go in, try to be a big star. Regrouping with his team. They know they don't have control of their own obelisk, and they're basically attacking.
This is, yeah.
But their own obelisk. Like, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. It's a complete reversal here where Myztro are just setting up in the opposition base. And Juvenile's like, okay, I'm just going to wait until my team tell me this is clear.
He doesn't like it. The 1 kill wasn't enough since they traded 1 for 1. And also the power's going to be up 3 seconds too. So let's see, Myztro can afford to ignore it and then go for the power, which is now protection. It's going to be picked up. Juvenile now has this.
So after all that, he gets the battle suit as well.
Should have heavy armor though.
Yeah, he should have been left that. Never mind.
Either way, they do have it, and percent is building 53 now for themselves. Myztro at 99%. If they lose this round, I want to say this is going to be a 2-0 because they're going to be so down on themselves. Again, the shield going to be coming through. Frontline protection out of Juvenile, who has that protection up still. It's actually, the focus fire on him is insane, but it's also leaving the rest of the team of Myztro susceptible to be.
Now they're all 4 alive. Got perhaps the best carrier of the Soul in the game, who ran into Demon.
Runs into the best shotgun. Base.
Don't argue with that.
9 minutes in though. Relatively long game considering on Sacrifice, but really showing how equally matched these two teams are. 61% again and counting now. They set in 3. So far Demon's been able to disperse of 1, but he has teammates coming back in. Juvenile's gonna fall. DDK does equalize things, but still a big skirmish on the point. DDK's, I think, able to solidify this from returning the Soul in just a second back to the obelisk. This Myztro, you had 99 to like 20% or something like that, 99 to like 14%, and they're getting on the verge of losing.
This is nice now. This is actually the best attack they've had in quite a while.
Hell's got it. Slash is trying to move across the map again. You see already setting up.
Sunshine.
Yeah. He doesn't need to, I mean, he's not tanky. You don't need to be the first person through those doorways. Let Garpy, on the clutch check it out for you. Scout it out. Just need 1%.
Just very hectic because they know how close they are. Just want to get it back and just pray they can defend it, which they might be able to do.
That was a sick midi coming through. Myztro does have the Soul. They do have the kills. They still have 1 man there. Demon's going to fall from behind. Hell gets the backstab. And I think they've been finally able to do it. No, it contested yet again. There's not enough people on the side of Myztro, or is there? Because Vu picks up 2 kills. Hell gets the 3rd. And there you go. Finally, Myztro will close this one out. And they will be able to tie things up at 1 apiece.
Holy. That's all I can say.
Holy balls.
Holy balls. That was too close. Oh, my word. But
to
Myztro,
be fair, though, that should have been over way sooner for Myztro.
That I mean, we just heard shouting, but that's relief because of how close they were to messing it up. But clean start, 0-0. Let's start again.
All right, here we go into the 3rd round on Lockbox. Open things up with the gauntlet kills. Always fantastic to see.
I think we just need to see a little bit more composure coming out from Myztro.
I do question like the play out of, I mean, again, I'm not a pro in any sort of the way, but if you question, it's okay. Because he did rush through without like a teammate there. He just wanted to get the obelisk or the soul on the obelisk and then fight from there, but...
Exactly. I mean, we saw he was with a team of 3 other people, and yes, there were opponents coming in, but there were also opponents in front of him, and it's safer to stick with your team than run off alone.
Yeah. 40 seconds through, Myztro already 10% in. Looking like we just saw in the previous round. Maybe some momentum has shifted in their favor, but DDK is looking to shut that down. He does have the rail, does have the HP, and he's doing the damage. Oh, great shots out of him, but he's not able to close out the kill on Hypno, who...
Yeah, DDK's damage output is actually insane. Just one of those guys that will always hit the last shot. One of those boys.
You sound slightly angry from like personal experience. He just always gets the last shot.
He's a little, yeah.
In the meantime, Bliss is going to be running the soul across the map for his team for Miasma. Well, not really far, because Hell picks himself up a triple kill with the nail gun.
And Miasma is still on 0.
Yeah.
And Vu is running into trouble.
Smart bet of him, though, to throw it directly backwards. There's no shield up for Garby. He's just a giant walking magnet. Thunder Rod for these lightning guns.
So much lightning guns. Yeah, I mean, the presence of mind to throw the soul and throw it in the right direction is actually a skill in its own, because we've seen countless times today of people just dying with the soul when they could have thrown it ahead of them, thrown it into a safe position, throw it to an area where the opponent can't get it easily.
That shield was popped maybe a little bit on accident, maybe a little preemptively, though he does get the soul, does throw it away, but he's going to fall for this one. Juvenile cleaning up that kill, and Demon securing the kill back onto Hell, returning the soul to its rightful owner in the obelisk. And there's the quad.
Myasma have a good grasp on what, obviously, Myztro wants to do. They want to go in through below, throw the soul right through the basket on the upper level, and if they're not defending in the actual room itself, they're trying to cut off on that bridge.
Whew. That was doing some serious work here with a shotgun. It's a nice 2K. Gets the soul, throws it away as well. Can they push across? Again, like, the thing is that they're committed 4 men every time, grabbing the soul, which means Miasma has always a second chance to defend if they fail the first time. And it doesn't seem like Myztro's able to attack onto their own obelisk as well as they are onto Miasma's.
No, that was a clean attack. Staying as a team this time, with Hypno carrying it in on Sorlag, was much more effective.
37 to 18%. Still in the first map of our final game of the EU Regionals of Sacrifice for the Quake World Championships coming up at the end of August. We already have our duelists from EU and North America. Still after this, we have North America to play in their Sacrifice qualifiers. Cool. Right now, these two teams are still battling it out, trying to be that last team from Europe to represent. And
as we said before, with 2 of the guys on Myztro being so close to the duel, it would be heartbreaking to see them go out again.
Hell, looking to get up close and personal with the nail gun, he does just that. I mean, that's also the downside of Sorlag, right? You have a lot of HP, but you're still pretty big. The nails do some serious work against you. That's going to be DDK coming in with the dual wield, but he does absolutely nothing with that.
I know Miasma were insanely confident going into this match, and this is their pick, so Myztro coming out big here.
Can they keep this momentum up? Can they continue this kind of pace? You see them jumping back on towards the obelisk, 57 to 18%. Myztro are continuing to slowly grind away at this. Yeah,
we just saw Garpy flying into the room with his shield up. That would indicate to me it should be quite a safe area now, but we see 3 seconds until the power up. And Myztro are there.
Oh, yeah, the quad gonna be picked up. Demon gets a nice telefrac kill on Vu, and gets the shot onto Hypno.
That was sick. I'm afraid we didn't see that. That was sick, though.
Easy to do it all, especially this high stakes, but they're able to get the soul. Still in the hands of Miasma. This is the one with it in hand, but doesn't have the HP left to survive. And I think we might just turn around, but Demon, he's come to party, he's come to play. He gets 2 quick kills. A nice flick onto Garpy. Then again, it's hard to miss a giant robot. He still gets the kills nonetheless. He gets the soul to the rightful owner. Back here over to Obelisk B.
That was some powerful shotgun, but the big clutch is already there, shield out and all.
See DDK though, he's not feeling comfortable enough to cap this one over, but
trying
to push back in. Who's able to get the kill, but I'm imagining he's not going to escape much further, but no! The throw, the ejection, he's long gone, and he's going to be able to bring this one back to end.
That was sickening. Through the soul, mid-air, ability used, and caught the soul, and caps it.
feel like he should just make a frag video of him just stealing away souls, and I'd watch the hell out of that.
Yeah,
Doesn't even need to get any kills.
poetry.
Yeah, it
Movement
is.
poetry.
Just sync to some like Daft Punk or something like that. Maybe some Cell Dweller.
Just do it together. Make some money.
Get our 3 cents off ad revenue. Or
Yeah.
off AdSense from YouTube. Anyways, pushing back through. Hell, 76% built up.
This is a long road back for
Yeah.
Miasma.
They've done it. They got relatively close before. They're up to like 70%. When Myztro was at 99.
Shield should also be up. I haven't seen it being used recently, which is a bit of a lifeline. It's not as good on defense. And God, he's dead.
Dead for now, but he's still got teammates there. You can see Vu still fighting back as he takes the kill on Eliths. Soul Carrier in the hands of Miasma, trying to push it back across the map. It's going to be Juvenile. Again, like, this is what we don't see. Whenever Miasma do get the soul, they always break away with it. Like, we see Juvenile's able to get across the map quickly and return it, whereas I feel like when Myztro gets it, they just struggle to slowly push it across the map because they're still having to fight Miasma a second time with the respawns.
Partly to do with their composition. This is what I'm saying with the clutch on the defense. Like, how useful are you as just a fridge walking around the map? Like, you can't do much without your shield up. And so that does limit their potential to protect that. But again, as we see on the offense, it is so valuable.
So he gets it. Instead of throwing it, he's just going to run it himself with the protection. Smart play out of him. The LG's just going to help as well as the rocket. I've never seen a robot move that fast. He's going to be able to get the cap onto this one for now, but he still has a lot of damage coming his way. He does fall. Juvenile, is he going to pick up the protection? No, he's been taken down by Hell, who just secured himself. Using the plasma trail to buy extra time.
Yeah, that was such a big play by Hell there to stop them from taking the cap back.
Well, 95%, 96 is taken away here. Finally, the soul has been picked up, but they need to escape it. They need to run away. Demon, he's just barely going to do it. No, Hypno takes it down from behind, looking for the return.
But
that's
the
going to be
robot.
Garpy coming back in with the shield to protect his teammate. 99%.
99.
Is anyone going to touch it? No, they've done it. Myztro at the end.
Jeez.
Great team play there and some yelling to secure the point,
But
secure the round, and secure map 1.
that is map 1. And as you said before, like this team, Miasma, was online. They were just beating everyone. We saw Juvenile. He played well, but at the end of the day, the big clutch man pulling out the plays.
Funny enough, though, if you look at the frags between both teams, they were like relatively even. I think total frags had to have been so close to each other because I saw a lot of 50, 55s, 47s.
I wanted to see, I hope, well, shame we didn't see the damage because there was some great plays coming up. But at the end of the day, it was execution of strategy. And it seems nobody's got an answer to the clutch just now. They are so good at getting that soul back that it's almost impossible for the opposition to shut them out.
I feel like what you do in this situation, you completely correct me if I'm wrong.
I probably will, but carry on.
I hope so. Why not just let him cap it? Let Clutch cap it,
This is
and then go for a 4-on-3 fight against the 3 people they're trying to throw to.
It's intuitive. It's like saying let somebody score a goal against you. Like you.
But you don't score the goal. He's not going to get it across the map himself because you're going to have a 4-on-3 fight against his 3 teammates who you know generally the area they're going to sit at to wait, right?
Well, I mean, it can go 2 ways because the idea is he picks the soul, he throws it to the Anarchy, who then goes on his own usually.
Right.
So it's going to be a 3-on-3 most of the time, or it would always be a 4-on-3 pretty much as they're trying to follow them back. So I mean, it is one way because then if you kill them when they're trying to come out your base, they spawn back at their own base, and then you kind of nullify the point of that at all. The point I wanted to make is that, particularly on a lockbox, what he does is, I said, he takes the soul, he throws it to a friend. Why not just sit back in mid and stop the friend going anywhere?
See, that's the yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Oh,
If they fight them where they know they're going to throw it, 4-on-3.
I think that's what they were trying to do at points, and that's what I would say they need to do if they know this clutch is coming. But at the same time, we saw some successful defense when they were up high and they were coming in low.
Right. Well, and there's 2 ways to it, right? You can fight the guy that they're throwing it to, the 4-on-3 fight.
Yeah.
Or
I think that's the
you fight them on point and then you end up losing, but then you get the respawn at their own obelisk, so you have 2 defenses, right?
Exactly. That's why I think the actual trying to stop it as it comes in is far more effective because you get that double shot. If you miss the throw and that Anarchy gets away, then you've just wasted a defense. You can't afford to let them get it for free.
You can see their DDK on your screen with such a handsome man.
He's
quite buff too. It's not as buff as you, but he lifts clearly.
I will tell you, I actually give him all the tips. That's why he looks like that.
So personal trainer here if casting doesn't work out.
I'm actually a qualified personal trainer.
Got nothing. I mean, I can't argue.
I can train you, but I think it's too much hard work.
Yeah, I think I'd have to pay you like $1 million to do that. It'll take way too long to get me looking anywhere fit. But going into now Runes of Sarnath. We've seen this map so many times so far today. We saw Myztro struggle against No Too Fast on that already.
Yep.
If you were to favor who this goes to?
I would say definitely Myztro.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they look solid on this map. Against Alliance, they only just won it, but their tactic was sound. They know exactly how to play it. You can grab that sword, you can launch it across the map like an American football. And it's
So like football.
Why? Why go there?
Sorry. I've been living in Europe 5 years. I call
I'm pretty sure we everywhere in the EU we call it football.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I just do it just to tell you.
Oh, it works.
It's working. Yeah. No, you're right. So you just get it, you launch it across the field, you can kick it across the field as a goalie.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
Thank you.
I know exactly what
Yeah, you're coming to my level.
To be fair, I actually really, I tell this to everyone, I really enjoy European football, like football. Because you play 45 minutes, then you have your breaks for your ads, and then you play 45 minutes, or like a little bit more with the extra time.
You mean like American football where it's like 5 minutes, 10-minute break?
It's more like 3 minutes of playing, 10 minutes of break, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, at least get it right if you're going to insult my country. No, I agree with you, though. It's exactly like that. But anyways, that's neither here or there. Because we all know America's going to win when we go to QuakeCon. Rafa.
Are you going to be there?
Don't know. Don't know.
After today?
Probably not. Yeah, no. Not, I mean, the thing is, John's American, right? 04, so he's probably on my side when I insulted.
Probably, yeah. Well,
I insulted, not a strong word.
Either way, for this match, yeah, I think definitely Myztro because they look solid on it. But then again, I mean, it's so difficult to say because Alliance came back earlier and just, well, I think that even proves my point actually saying even more. Alliance came back and smashed it last game on Sana, and Myztro beat them. So that, again, I think definitely firms up in my mind that Myztro should win this. And as Zook said on the panel, if they're going to win it, it probably should be in 2. I mean, everyone wants to win it in 2, but Burial Chamber is really not good for them. The clutch play is probably of all maps the weakest on Burial Chamber, so it has to be this.
Well, here we go. Can Myztro close it out in 2, or will we see Miasma pull to that 3rd and final map of our final game today? North America follow up after. Find out here in a few seconds with the Soul spawning. Demon already off to a strong start. The Telefrag kill on the Garpy. You see the red side of Miasma looking to set things up here.
Both teams posturing either side of the Soul.
Actually, they're funneling in from the same direction. This is really dangerous.
He's
He's going to
pick
throw it
up
out.
throw it. Perfect.
Yeah.
Great time.
Good use of the Ghost Walk. Gets it over to, I believe that was DDK.
So if you're watching this and you want to be a professional Nyx, you have to learn how to time your invisibility. Simple as that.
Also, not forget to use it. Some people
That would help.
Hey.
To be fair though, a really important point with the Nyx is not just timing it, but being conscious of not using your ability outside of those necessary times. You always have to have it off cooldown for those spawns.
So Juvenile gets a nice little double kill with the rail. Throw not going to be in the best direction here, but it does get picked up by Liz, who's playing Nyx now, so no longer on Storlog. Let's see what other picks are happening. We do have Garpy pick up the clutch yet again, and this is the position we did see Myztro like to hold before with the clutch,
and
but
they
take away.
got it now. So, I mean, they've won on point A before. It's not their preferred point, and they're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, have to make adjustments mid-game.
So,
Still, there's that giant area in the front that the shield basically covers the entirety of, so it's not, I guess, terrible for him, but it's not ideal.
it's more that this section is easier to attack with a clutch. That's why.
Well, it looks like Myztro, though, is able to go for the hold. Great little couple of kills there.
Nice.
That's a scary thing to see, a robot with a gauntlet in hand slicing and dicing his way through here, but that's a great shot on a Garpy. That's exactly what he needed to escape this one. He's only has 25 health, able to pick up a health orb to get 50, but he's still railable, and Liz secures that kill.
Yep. This is how we need to see a Nyx playing, going to the power-ups, being there on time, just sniping people from range. He doesn't, like we said earlier, he's a weak champion. He doesn't want to get involved in those close combat fights.
DDK went down, though, before we actually see the fight happen. We do see Storlag and Clutch together, who has a quad. Robot wasn't already scary enough. He's got 4 times the damage. And
this is tough. I know I say quad is not the best, but just stay in those corridors, try not to die, and it's very powerful on the defense.
Juvenile, you're not going to skip that. Hypno picks up the kill. And look at us, we're set 45 now.
There's a lot of shouting going down, a lot of tension.
Yeah, considering what's at stake, especially for Garpy and for Vu. Again, if you didn't join us yesterday, Garpy and Vu both played in the dual qualifier, both got to the last round of the qualifier, and both lost. This is their last chance for them to go to QuakeCon. And so far, they're getting really close.
2 minutes 40.
Do you like the switch up, by the way? It's not having a Storlag anymore here for the side of Miasma. They do have the Nyx, like we pointed out before, played by Lifts.
Not really. Well, again, it really depends, but the power we saw on the Sorlag with Alliance, the bus driver earlier, just says to me how great this could be here.
Yeah. still see 73%, and Miasma are just struggling to get this attack on. They have struggled to really do much so far in this one.
You can see the position here. You got every corner covered. You had 2 up in the mid. You had Garpy and Hell up there. Oh no, Hell on the wide. Sorry. But either way, every corner's covered, and when that's happened, how do you get in? That is the question.
Well, if our spectators listening, if you can, please open up the kills in a few seconds when we have a moment, because I really want to see how little amount of kills Miasma has been able to secure, because I feel like it's sub 10 at this rate, 93%. This is looking so good. Juvenile's able to get a nice little kill onto Vu, but he still has so many targets to find. Hell's going to kill himself on accident, but takes Demon with them. That's going to do it.
I think that's
They've done it. Wow, 99% to 7.
Wow, Myztro are pumped.
All right, yeah, hopefully we can see kills now before we load fully into the second map, because I really need to see what Myztro like, I've seen maybe 10 kills.
I'm looking now at Miasma, and they are just disheartened. One more, they're saying one more.
Ridiculous. There we go, Hell. Starting off with him here on the slash. It's going to be so hard to fight back with, but with kills like that, 1 HP remaining, that has to be so frustrating for your DDK, especially since you have the better gun, you have the LG.
It's not the end of the world, because it means that the slash is insanely weak. But getting the plasma foot off is exactly what you need to do, so he did his job.
So again, the clutch being used. Hell able to get DDK down again. Hypno with the soul on Sorlak. He's looking for that Obelisk.
Point A.
Yeah, so he's going for the other one. I mean, hey, if you could hold Obelisk A like that, why switch it up? You know, it works so well for you.
It seems that, yeah, exactly. I mean, they were telling me earlier how they only prefer B, and they want A now.
Maybe they lied to you. Maybe. I've had that happen before, actually, for many people.
Just trying to do my research, guys.
Oh, Ghostwalk, I don't think he's going to be up here. Hypno doing some good damage again, locking off this right-hand side. It's going to be Juvenile who does get past him. Garpy's there to help out here. Nice use of the slash plasma shell just to buy more time around the Obelisk so they can secure those kills in those advantages. Vu and Hell chime in and pick up the kills. And 23-0. Do not tell me Myztro is going to walk through this entire last map.
Stabilized again for now. Oh, this is getting picked off 1 by 1.
This has to be a map that Miasma does not play, but I find that impossible considering they're a team focused on sacrifice.
100% they play it. Well, it's just the execution of Myztro is impeccable.
36 and counting, still committing to this.
And now, after losing so badly in the previous map, they were probably working off their standard offensive tactics, saying this is how we're going to proceed.
Right.
It's become a bit more disorganized as people are getting desperate.
Well, DDK does pop the dual wield, but behind him is going to be a man. He gets a kill on the Hypno, but he runs out, and Hell will finish him off.
DDK is an extremely composed player, a strategical player, and he's running in alone with machine gun and dual wield. I don't know, on a lower level, I don't know what that achieves.
They finally do get the soul, but Hypno does take down Juvenile, forcing DDK now to be the one to run with it. He is actually railable now. Toss it over to a teammate to look for the run. Lifts, potentially. And Lifts is trying to protect him. Lifts is trying to make this work. They're trying to hold on to the soul, finish off these kills. The quad has spawned in, and the quad is now down. So I think that was Garpy to pick that one up, but no one's able to secure it again. DDK wants it, but Hypno kills him! The soul's not ready to be taken! Demon, he's gonna be the one with the quad and a great 180 rail to secure the kill, and a rocket to get the kill onto Garpy, and a third onto Hell. Can he get the fourth?
Pummel.
No, Vu! Vu gets a double gauntlet! He has the quad! He has the kill to DDK! He has the soul! He has everything going his way, and he's making his way back towards A.
Holy crap! Vu! That was...
I don't know if you guys could hear that, but so just scream, Vu, have my babies, because that was so well done. Stealing not only 3 kills, but the quad and the soul.
60% to 0. It's got to be a right royal effort for them to lose.
I don't see Vu having a chance to hold this one. No, he gets a kill to Juvenile. Don't think he's in a second. No way he's going to kill DDK. The injection comes through. He gets it with the help of the rest of the team. The soul gets thrown, but it doesn't matter. Myztro, 68%. Juvenile's just barely able to throw it, but he throws it directly into Garpy. Garpy throws it to another teammate. DDK's going to get 1 kill with the gauntlet, but it's not going to be enough.
Goddamn chaos.
Juvenile finally, all right, put some stability in this game. Miasma, 1%.
It was just that last gasp throw by Demon that just saved in this game. Otherwise, it would nearly be 89% by now.
This gets the soul, throws it back. Gonna be picked up here in just a few seconds. Hypno, oh my gosh, Hypno gets 2 kills. Can he? No, there's no way he's gonna get third. Hell gets the soul thrown away. He's clearing it for his team to get the reset here. They're gonna drop down to pick it up. It's gonna be in the hands of Vu, and you know how quick this man can move across the map. He's gonna do just that. DDK's gonna be waiting, but DDK doesn't have the damage or the HP. The soul gets pulled back in. 71%. Finally, Miasma is able to stabilize a little bit, and List is gonna be the one to pick the soul.
This is the best opportunity that Miasma have. But at the same time, Myztro playing sensibly. They've all backed off now.
But now they're a man down because he's keeping the soul when the next power-up's coming through, and it's going to go their way. Liz is going to be the target. Hell's the one to pick it up. Hell gets to go to DDK. The soul's going to make its way back, but at what cost? He's going to eventually lose it, but at least Miasma will have the respawn. They'll have the chance to defend. It's not over just yet, but they have to put up a good defense. So they need to get some momentum back. This is looking so bad for them.
Yeah. Hell's got Battle Suit and the Soul. And there's a shield, 75, 76.
That's what Chell being used to, 78%. Protection will eventually take away, but not before he's still picking up kill after kill. Can't get a second on Nix. Yes, he does.
Rockets.
82% here. ZSX, this could be Myztro going through the QuakeCon.
85. Last gasp attack.
If you keep hitting shots like that, Hell.
If your Anarchy dies, it's one of the biggest losses.
Oh, the soul or the die warp does not land. 95% Miasma. This is your last chance to come back. They have to have a chance. They have to get here. Someone has to run as possibly fast as they can. It's going to be Juvenile as a man to get in there with the help of DDK. But the kills are coming through and no one's there to touch it. Myztro, can you do it? Liz gets the kill. The GGs are being called out, but it's not over just yet. Liz gets himself 3. Hell's spawn up to 1, but they've done it. They've taken the soul away. GG's been called way too early. And the soul going back across the map here for Miasma.
Whew. Offensive GG.
If they go back to lose this round now, I'm going to slap whoever said that.
That was Demon. That was actually on...
oh, that was Miasma's side. Even worse. Yeah. The soul's going to be taken. Garpy's able to get it. I don't know if Garpy threw it away.
God, I can't watch anymore.
Demon's got it. See it? CSX has his face in his palms. But it's still 3 men here on Myztro attacking.
Fu's got it.
He's running it away. Can his team give him
wait for the armor? Wait
1
for
second.
the armor?
Might as well.
Yes.
2 seconds on Mega too. He's being chased down, but the attacks are coming in so sloppy. They're coming in from different directions, not at the same time. They're not getting that pincer move on. But Vu is slowing it down.
To get the okay to go. There's only 1 there. And it has to be.
Back in. They're able to get back on the point though to prevent this one. The kills are still coming through. Juvenile gets a gauntlet.
But also Hell.
For Hell. Hell's going to be coming in to look for some serious damage. He's getting to him and Vu together. That's the wipe coming through. Myztro, do you have anyone there? No! And Garpy and Vu getting their revenge, getting their ticket to QuakeCon, and Myztro will be your last European team to head to Texas.
Oh, that was fun.
Even though that was a 2-0,
again,
that was still such an intense match.
After criticizing some of these players for the lack of presence of mind, I've said it about Hell before, he was the one to be alone there on the power-up when everyone else was struggling to finish that game. He had the presence of mind to do that, and it basically just finished the game for them.
That could have gone so well or so bad for him if he was not there, and that could have gotten turned around. But luckily, they had such a big lead in percent.
I'm a wreck. That was so well played. Out of all the games we've seen today, I think that final Ruins map was perhaps one of the best executed we've seen. Yeah,
hands down. I mean, they even chose the obelisk that they told you they typically do not want.
Miasma were one of the best performing teams before this tournament. I definitely favored them going into this, and that was just an absolute mauling of a final map.
I mean, we could talk for an hour about teams who focus on sacrifice only and their potential skill ceiling versus duelers, really strong players that could come into, join together as a team in their potential ceiling. But right now, I think Myztro have finally been able to redeem themselves, and especially, for Garpy. Does this make them scarier now, knowing that Vu and Garpy don't need to focus on duel, that they can 100% invest themselves just into sacrifice?
Definitely, because it's not just as a team, it's for them individually. Like they weren't able to make the gravy really, but now this is their only chance to win something, to win money and to have their name on something. So for them personally, they are far more invested than they would be, and that makes this team even scarier.
That was so well done, and honestly, you can see the joy on their faces. But it's time for now. We get to go relax because it's going to head to the analysis as to break down finally a UK.